What was the joke I opened up with? Was how long before Ross figures out that McDaniels is a minority?
I think they were talking about it in his press conference today.
Yeah.
He said something along the lines of like, "I don't see color. I identify as human, or I don't identify as racial or mixed race or whatever. I identify as human, but my dad's black." He said that, and then someone's like, "Why doesn't your dad identify as human too?"
Ross is just sitting there like, oh shit.
Well,
I wasn't expecting.
Wait 1 second.
He interviewed him and everything. I was like, wait, you're black?
They didn't speak to the media today.
Oh, they didn't?
The GM nor the
The pissed.
Now that I say it, reminds me of a Seinfeld episode where the chick Elaine is dating some dude who looks like a minority, and she takes him to a bunch of different restaurants to try to figure out which one he is. You want to go get Mexican food, Spanish food?
So what was he?
No, he ended up just being white. So she broke up with him.
Wait, she only wanted was she just check marking a box too?
I guess so. The Rooney Rule.
Wow.
All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the new D.O.G Sports Podcast.
Bitch, I'm a dog. Woof.
Yeah.
Damn.
I'm going to edit that out
Out
later.
the gate.
Yeah, we gotta-
Out the gate.
All right. What's up, everybody? I'm joined here with my boy, OC the G. We're here with Drew.
What's poppin'?
And myself, and we're going to go ahead. We're going to get into it today. We're going to go over a few things. We're going to go over our picks for the Super Bowl coming up this next weekend. We're going to talk about the audacity of the Pro Bowl and the effort that was given there. And then we're going to go a little bit into Alvin Kamara and kind of just give you guys an insight of what happened there. Okay, you guys ready?
Yes, sir.
All right,
I
dude.
guess so.
Super Bowl next week. Super Bowl Sunday, first ever for a week 18 season. We got the Bengals versus the Rams. OC, what do you see, man? What are you excited for this weekend?
White jerseys. Hey, the white jersey in the Super Bowl usually means you're gonna win the Super Bowl.
The Bengals are wearing the white, right?
Nope.
Or no,
The
it was
Rams.
the Rams.
The
Huh?
Rams.
Mm-hmm.
So-
Hey, but you see the Simpsons have the Bengals win the Super Bowl?
Don't matter. White.
Turned out it
jersey.
was fake.
Oh, that was fake?
That was fake.
White
it was,
jersey.
yeah, I guess somebody photoshopped it and
Well,
put
I'm
that
gonna have
up.
to get all my money back then.
White jersey.
Did you put your money on the Bengals already?
No.
So you got last 15 Super Bowls. The white jersey is 12-3.
Really? I didn't know that.
The only three non-white jerseys were
The Chiefs.
Chiefs, red. The Eagles when they beat Brady with
That's right.
Foles, green.
Yeah.
And then
There you
also,
go. There you go.
oh my bad.
Oh, you're good.
Also, Aaron Rodgers green when he beat the Steelers.
The Steelers. Interesting.
So white jerseys. I'm gonna roll with the white jersey.
The Rams wearing the white jerseys.
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah.
What about you?
When was the last time a rookie quarterback won the Super Bowl? Or, well, he's not a rookie yet.
Technically,
Yeah, I mean,
this is
he's-
his first full year.
season, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, because I don't know.
Oh, another
Mhm.
one. Right, Tom Brady, first year Super Bowl last year with new team. Stafford could be first year.
First
Super
year.
Bowl with new team.
Building another dream team type
Yeah.
thing, building it from the ground up.
And then you get the Bucks to
Mm.
host it at home last year. In
And
Tampa.
the Rams
are
hosting it at
this
home.
year.
Mm.
A lot of stuff.
I saw a thing online. I mean, it was. You know what I'm talking about?
Everyone knows what you're going to talk about.
What?
Are they going to move the Super Bowl to Texas?
Oh, to Texas. Yeah, to the Dallas. Just so we know a home team doesn't host the Super Bowl
Yeah.
ever again.
So funny.
Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he had when they were like deciding if they were gonna do it or not in
Mhm.
LA. I think I seen a meme like that too pop up.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we'll just this will prevent Dallas from hosting.
It was
funny.
some good stuff. But yeah, I mean, I honestly didn't see that trend where it was just the new a team that kind of just builds its pieces from the off season, kind of trading capital away, picking up on the free agency, and then making a run. And I think are we heading into like a new direction in the NFL, kind of like kind of like the NBA where they started building the dream team and kind of just going from there. Like, I mean, we kind of see like Tom kind of started this trend. I even said it last year too. That had to open a can of worms of doing this, and now like I think we talked about it a couple of podcasts ago, right? Where it's like now people are going to be ring chasing.
It's the easy way, right? It's the easy way to win a championship. They do it in, like you said, they do it in the NBA all the
Especially
time.
if like
they're starting to do it in the MLB.
Yeah.
It's why
they do it in soccer all the time.
Yeah, buy the ring. Bring in all the best players that you can, as long as you meet the salary cap, and hopefully it pans out.
Yeah,
that's what the Rams are doing, and smart. I mean, they invested a lot of money in Matthew Stafford this last year. They made a big move, and it paid off. One season,
Matthew Stafford, Von Miller, OBJ. I mean, the big one was Matthew Stafford.
Jalen
Ramsey a couple years ago. Mm-hmm. I mean,
the man Les Snead, the GM, he said, "I don't need these first round, second round picks.
I'm waiting now. I'm done.
Win now."
Yeah.
Especially when they wasted that one on Jared Goff. You're like, yeah, we don't fucking need these anymore.
That's basically what he said. So,
yeah.
I mean, he's prototypical, like what he's doing. Like basically, like you said, the NBA. He's just building, like Andrew said, for the now.
Yeah.
We're gonna go win it. We're gonna go do it right now. We're not gonna wait. We're not gonna build. Kind of like, I guess you could say Cincinnati built, right? Mm-hmm. Because they kind of waited around.
I mean, they fell, they fell to the first overall pick, which they picked up on Joe Burrow, which Joe Burrow before that year came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So it's not like they were tanking for him.
No.
Like
Miami? Did you say Miami? That's an early reference.
Right. So, I mean, they kind of did build it up. And then this offseason where they drafted Chase, they kind of they kind of came out of the traditional mold because everybody thought, oh, they're going to take an offensive line. Your first overall pick just tore his ACL because your offensive line is trash. And then they picked up some defensive players in the offseason like Eli Apple, Bates was there,
Awuzie,
Hendrickson, or what's his name? That defensive end. Hendrickson?
I'm gonna wait for OC to answer that.
I just know they have Uber. No, that's their punter. There's another DN that I'm thinking about.
Yeah,
McPherson, rookie, right?
No, I'm thinking about.
I know. I'm just throwing that out there. Homegrown player.
I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I don't know too many guys on their defense.
Hendrickson. Hendrickson. They brought him on in the offseason. He was I think. Oh, fuck.
They're pretty homegrown. That's
from?
Nice to see. You don't see it too often anymore.
No.
But I don't think it's gonna win the Super Bowl this weekend.
No.
I'm going with.
There's a lot of people riding with Cincy though.
Well, it's the underdog, right? Everyone
nice
loves
story.
And also,
story.
I mean, it's not like the Rams have any type of fan base, right? When you're kind of just bouncing around throughout the country. I think I forgot who I talked to it about before, but it's like the Rams, like all their fans that are in the stadiums, they're all like influencers, right? They're like people who live in LA. Actors, people who have publicists to just tell them, hey, don't go for the Chargers, go for the Rams.
Yeah. They got some
bigger market,
but it's not like your Cowboys or your Packers or your Steelers.
It's not a traditional diehard. No.
They're pretty disconnected from the rest of the league.
That's the thing with a lot of LA teams, though. I mean, I think the Lakers probably have the best fan base in the LA area, but I mean the Dodgers, the Clippers. I mean they're kind of like. Mm-hmm. You kind of are a fan, but you're not really a fan.
We had this conversation before where it was like California teams, right? And how many distractions there are, especially on the coast when it comes to California teams. Like, just think about college football and how California teams have fallen. And Fresno State was the best football team in California last year, right?
Go Dogs.
So, I mean, and I feel like now it applies to other sports too, where just people have other distractions in California.
Yeah,
but I mean, and then
to do, especially in LA.
And then a lot of the people, I mean, not to get too political, but I mean, a lot of people who are from California, a lot of them took off, right? A lot of them like went to like Texas or Arizona.
Yeah,
stuff
I know
like
a few
that.
people that left state.
Yeah, so I mean, maybe the diehards they left too. I mean, even the Raiders bailed, right? And I feel like that was more jacked up because the majority of their fan base was still here. And they
still have the biggest fan base in California. Aside from
I think so
Raiders.
too. Exactly.
Raiders fans crazy. I think
even the Niners left San Francisco. They went to Santa Clara.
Yeah, but like I'm just saying, like Raiders still have a a pretty huge following, even though
Yeah.
they left the state.
Mm-hmm. And then
Yeah, the Chargers. Like,
And then the
when
Chargers,
we went to
they
that
give-
game earlier this year.
There was
the Chargers
it
and
was a-
Cowboys.
it was a
in
Cowboy
SoFi?
home
It was a
game.
Cowboys.
It was
home game.
AT&T West, just like it was SoFi South or Levi South in
Yeah.
that playoff game.
Mhm.
Listen, the only thing in LA people follow is the Lakers and the Dodgers.
It's about it. Huh?
Everything else is
Mhm.
pretty much secondary. Like
Yeah.
the Chargers don't get really followed. The Rams, when they win, just like USC and UCLA when
Mhm.
they win,
Mhm.
you know, people come out.
Yeah.
It's nothing against those diehards that, you know, each team has diehards, but it's not nearly like you're not selling out the game every weekend. you know?
Right. I mean, especially when what regular Ram fan is gonna fork up $8,000 to go to the game, right?
See, and that's another topic right there. Like, this is obviously a corporate event. Like, people
yeah.
like me
It's,
and you
yeah,
can't.
yeah,
like,
we can't
Dude, it's
go.
not even people
you know?
like me and you. It's like small business owners here in like the Central Valley. They can't afford
Yeah.
to go to
no,
this
this
game.
is like
Well, I have
huge
a
corporations.
buddy. Shout out Daniel. His girl, I want to say her uncle. He's like one of the VPs for St. Agnes, and he can't afford to go. And he's a
That's what I'm saying.
he's a diehard Cincinnati fan, like diehard. And then he's like, they're looking for tickets. I think the lowest they were able to find were like, I think $4,000. I think that was like the
That's
cheapest, maybe.
crazy,
Yeah,
dude. That's
and
crazy.
And he's
And then to watch that game in a stadium that crowded when you can just sit on your couch comfortably, have no distractions,
host like a party.
yeah. And just watch it there. It's
Probably spend
come on.
10% of the money.
Not even 2%.
I can spend $20 on Costco pizza and everybody will be happy.
Everyone's fine. BYOB.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, like you said, I mean, it's become a corporate event, you know, and like it's like the who's who has to be there. Like those tickets, a majority of those tickets are sold way in advance, right?
You're gonna see
like
the
you would
most
think.
ever celebrities at a football game.
Yeah.
At that game.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. In LA. I mean, who was it? I remember the one that was played in the Coliseum, but it was the Chiefs and the Rams. Remember that big shootout, like the 50
Oh, the
something?
Monday
and the
night
50
game?
Yeah. And then there was like YG in the end zone.
Oh, yeah. In the back of the end zone.
Yeah. Like, I mean, you're going to get guys like that. I mean, nothing against YG, but I mean, like, you're going to get a lot of people who probably don't even watch football. You know, they're not diehards. They don't. It's not like they follow. It's not like he was a Rams fan when they were in St. Louis. Unless I'm wrong. Unless YG can prove me wrong.
I
You
haven't
know?
seen
So-
YG at the
Why-
last couple of Ram games
YG
either.
is a straight LA hood boy.
Right,
There's
yeah.
no way he was a St. Louis Rams fan.
Exactly. So-
Unless for somehow like his dad was a Rams fan when they were still in LA and then they
Probably.
moved to St. Louis.
Mhm.
Like Eric
maybe.
Dickerson back in the day.
back in the day. Yeah. So, I mean, and it looks like they're staying for now. I mean, you
$5 billion stadium.
exactly.
I hope so.
Halving it between the Chargers. Like I thought the Chargers were gonna leave. I mean, the Chargers still might leave. Who knows?
Where
they
are
might.
they gonna go?
I mean, they have zero fan base too. You
Head
look
to Europe.
because I saw.
With
I think it was
Jacksonville.
it was a Thursday night game for against the Chiefs. And I was contemplating about going to that game too because the tickets were only $40.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and then in comparison to how much the Rams tickets were against anybody else.
Only downside if the Rams win the Super Bowl, I want to go watch them play the Cowboys next year in LA. Those tickets are gonna be so expensive.
Yeah, they're gonna be pretty pricey, but I feel like they're gonna be
Drop
pricey.
$350
They're gonna be
ticket.
pricey as it is because that's the Cowboys.
That's
You know,
right,
it's
America's
just like
team. Everyone want to watch.
most of their fan base is outside of Dallas, anyways.
Yeah.
Right?
Huge following in LA.
Yeah, you know. So yeah, like you said, it's a corporate game. You know, it was exciting for us to watch. I mean, like
That's the only thing we can do, though.
it's watch it from home, right?
At least the concert would be cool, too. So
Oh, hey, that's like the highlight. I'm super stoked for the halftime show. Like that's glued in.
this will probably be the one
I'm
year
gonna-
I'll watch it.
I'm
the
gonna do my
halftime show.
pee break during the game, just so I can make sure I don't miss the halftime show.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. I mean, that halftime show is going to be insane. The only thing I'm coming on the fence about because I saw one time, I think it was when Kendrick performed for the national championship game halftime show, and it was ass.
Was it?
Yeah. Like it
Let's
was.
not get carried away, but
No, I'm not saying it's just like
and
Well, good thing he's not headlining.
he's not the headline. Yeah.
It's crazy though. He's a top 10 rapper right now, and he's not the headliner.
He's higher than top 10. I think.
Well,
I think he's like top
think
3 all time. And then the
Kendrick?
other one's performing with him. Eminem.
Well, yeah, I got Eminem in the top 3.
Yeah.
You got Dre in there, Snoop.
Dre, Snoop,
Ice Cube.
Mary J. Blige.
All
Well, Ice Cube's not performing that
I thought
time.
he was.
Mm-mm.
Oh, then I'm not gonna watch now. No, I'm just kidding.
But I mean, it's cool to see the Bengals in there. Everybody's rooting for the Bengals. You can see everybody's one because they're the underdog, and I think another one is because I think Joe Burrow's honestly just that interesting. Like I saw an interview he did today with Drew Brees, and the dude. It's awesome to see guys like him, Mahomes, and Josh Allen as the future of the franchise. Mm-hmm. Like that, I think that's going to be like the new Roethlisberger, Breeze, Rivers, Peyton. Yeah, which I think that's pretty cool to see. And seeing a guy like him, I think 25 years old and just so level-headed, especially on the stage that he is now, and seeing kind of just like the background of where he came from. I thought it was pretty cool. Multi-sport athlete, just super competitive. He said, like, yeah, I could have gone pro, but, in any other sport. Which, I mean, he has the athletic tools to do it, yeah, but I think it also takes a certain type of mentality to say, like, I want to be a professional athlete, but, I just got to pick my sport. And to pick the hardest one out of all of them, NFL quarterback, that's insane, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, so...
All that being said, I'm still picking the Rams.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm still not to I think just the Rams have too much. So I was kind of just sitting there trying to think about what each game plan is going to be, right? And I think the Rams are going to do a kind of similar game plan to what they did with the Niners, where they have a pretty solid defensive front. They have okay DBs. They have a receiver who could torch you at any moment. The only thing is the Bengals don't have, one, they don't have an O-line. They don't have much of a run game, but then they also have a superstar quarterback.
It'll be interesting to see that one-on-one matchup with Chase and Ramsey.
That's going to be interesting
because
Ramsey got beat hard against Debo.
Yeah,
I think it was just a fade route too. Mm-hmm. It wasn't even anything too complicated.
He also gave up Tom Brady's last ever touchdown.
Oh, he did to Evans. Yeah. And he got burned hard against Evans too. Yeah. That's going to be interesting. But I remember you guys were making the argument last week when you guys are making your picks, you guys usually go for the better quarterback. Right now, who's a better quarterback, Burrow or Stafford?
Stafford when he doesn't throw picks.
Right now, Stafford. Mm-hmm. Long term, Burrow could probably be the better quarterback. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I mean, like we said, this is his first full season. Not taking it away, could he win the game? Sure. Mm-hmm. But I'm going, in a big game like this, you probably go with the vets, right? A veteran offensive line compared to this offensive line that gave up 9 sacks 3 weeks ago. You
also have a lot of veteran superstars too who have been in the situation before. Like Aaron Donald's been here before. Mm-hmm. Von Miller has won it already. Jalen Ramsey has played in big games in his career. I mean, the farthest he made it was that AFC title game against Brady.
I want to see how the Rams are going to try to play Jamar Chase. Are you gonna stick Ramsey on Jamar the whole game, mm-hmm. or are you gonna put Jalen Ramsey on T. Higgins and bracket coverage Jamar?
It's true too.
It's gonna be interesting to see how what they try to take away.
That's gonna be interesting, especially if Burrow's able to buy time. I think that's going to be the biggest thing. He was able to do it against Kansas City, but Kansas City, I mean, they had Chris Jones and Ingram.
But they didn't play well. I think that's all that was. And I think it was mainly because Burrow was moving out the pocket really nice. I mean, he got out when he needed to. He was high-stepping tackles.
It's like the way he slides. He kind of reminds me a little bit of watching Tony Romo. You know what I'm like? He doesn't pop off like speed wise, but he's elusive enough.
Somehow he gets out.
Just elusive enough to slide behind the line of scrimmage, and if he's got to run it, he'll run it. But then he's always looking downfield. Like I think Mahomes does that, but like times 10. Mm-hmm. So that's going to be pretty interesting. So the Rams throughout the playoffs, I'm honestly starting to think they haven't seen, they haven't really seen a top tier quarterback throughout this postseason, right?
Tom Brady, maybe.
Oh yeah, Tom Brady. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right.
I was trying to think.
Yeah.
They beat Arizona, they beat Tom Brady, and then they beat Jimmy G.
And then Tom Brady struggled against them.
You can't get Jimmy G out of his head.
I guess he's just obsessed. I mean, Kyler Murray, he's great at escaping the quarterback or the pocket. He's probably one of the better quarterbacks actually doing that. They did really well against him doing that. But then they just they bottlenecked Tom Brady. I mean, they sacked him 4 times.
Yeah.
They did well against him. So
Yeah,
I'm expecting them to do the same
with
against
that.
Joe Burrow.
With that being said, Joe Burrow also took 9 sacks in one game and still was able to win.
But then we're gonna go back and say Tannehill should have won that game and he did it.
Yeah, that's true too. On the other side, you have Stafford on the other side.
Yeah.
Which offensively, I was actually kind of trying to see what they were going to do offensively because they could probably establish a good run game against them. Not solid, maybe like what they did against the Niners, but I think just Cooper Kupp is too much. And then maybe if Odell starts picking up
in.
Yeah.
I think both teams defensively, the game plan have to be Bengals. If you're going to beat us, you're going to beat us without Jamar Chase. Just completely take.
They're going to have
away.
to force that.
Yeah. And the same way for the Bengals defensively. If the Rams want to win the Super Bowl, you got to take away Cooper Kupp.
You could honestly what the Rams can do defensively, and I actually learned this back in my old coaching days, was a little trick where it's like you put your best corner on their number 2 guy. So you would put Ramsey on Higgins, and then you would double up on Chase with your second best corner and a safety over the top of him.
Yeah, so I was talking the cover 2 shell.
Yeah. So, I mean, you can do something like that. Well, you don't even have to do a cover 2 shell. You could honestly do that out of cover 1. Just make sure you keep Chase inside and keep going inside and not letting him get the outside.
Good luck.
So, who's the opposite side corner for the Rams?
I just know Eric. All I know is Eric Weddle came out of retirement to play safety,
but he came out of retirement like a couple of weeks ago, right?
Yeah,
the end of the season ended. And
so he was almost like that strong side safety, where he's been playing underneath, and I think he got beat once against Evans.
Yeah, but they're not asking him to stay deep. They're asking him to play inside the box. So
yeah,
I think he got beat in that Niner game too.
I'm trying to think. The one play, I think the one deep play was when Debo beat Ramsey. Yeah. So I mean, they can do something like that and then just keep mixing underneath because I mean the Bengals are going to try to establish the run game, which they can, but the Rams did do a good job against stopping the run game against the Niners.
They're going to try that stretch game with him early on.
Try to get to the ball to the outside
because they know that O-line is not going to be able to block inside. So their style is a lot of like
Aaron Donald's going to tear up a lot inside.
Yeah, but they're even the Bengals their style of running isn't like inside the tackles. Like they do a lot of stretch runs to the outside.
That's right.
So it's a lot
of
like
you do when you don't have
it's a lot of toss action, a lot of stretch action. You'll see a lot of like tight end slices, like where they're motioning Uzoma like across the line, because they know that O-line can't block inside.
It's going to be scary to watch that.
I just want to see what Aaron Donald is going to do.
Over under 2 sacks.
Aaron Donald?
For Aaron Donald?
Aaron Donald? Oh, man.
That's tough.
We'll call it 1.5.
Oh,
the thing is, Aaron Donald.
I will say that I'm taking Aaron Donald to win MVP. Just I'm gonna sprinkle some of that.
I kind of want that.
I got Matt Stafford.
Well, he's the odds-on favorite, but I'm just taking.
I think he's gonna throw like 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, I'm just hoping.
It would be cool to see Aaron Donald win a Super Bowl MVP.
You're hoping.
Yeah.
Hoping.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's some odds. There's some really good odds for Aaron Donald to win MVP. Von Miller won it that one year.
That's true too.
But Payton didn't really do much.
Payton didn't really do much. I mean, he just did enough.
Low scoring game.
Von Miller also had a sack fumble, right? Yeah. So
I like to see Cooper Kupp win it.
Cooper Kupp would be awesome to win.
150 yards, 2 touchdowns. 10 receptions.
He's got to be top. He's got to be top
Super
3
Bowl.
of a MVP this year, right? At least top 3.
He has to be
because Rodgers is probably going to win it. Brady's probably number 2.
Dude, what did he not do well?
Who? Cooper Kupp?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude.
It was the Triple Crown. Come on.
Yeah. So
this was after
that's
tearing his ACL last year, right?
Yeah, this is not
he
like
tore his ACL last year.
this is not like something that you see every other year. Like a wide receiver is this good. This is like a once in a decade type of thing.
But you already know the MVP. It's a quarterback.
Well, I don't know. Aaron Rodgers might have ruffled too many feathers, where people might just say, "Oh."
What was that comment that he made where it was
He's a bum.
that guy's a bum, or the MVP voter or whatever?
I think Aaron Rodgers will win MVP. If he doesn't, it's 100% political in my opinion.
That's what I think it's scary.
Yeah. So
yeah.
I don't know. It's going to be interesting. But Aaron Rodgers should win MVP.
Yeah, I think that would be. It's inedible. I mean,
Inedible?
especially what?
Inedible?
I'm chewing gum right now.
Inevitable.
Inedible.
Oh, inevitable.
Yeah,
oh, okay.
I couldn't get the V out there. So,
Dang, was it burnt?
But it would be cool to see Aaron Donald win Super Bowl MVP, but he's been to a Super Bowl before and he underperformed. He really didn't do anything.
I think
He was Brady.
Yeah, that's true too. But that defense offense only put up
pressures.
10 points, anyways.
Let me look this up.
You can look up the odds.
I'm just gonna go straight down the line of odds on for a Super Bowl MVP.
It's gonna be Stafford.
Well, yeah, he's a quarterback. So
Yeah,
he's the odds on favorite right now. So
I also think it's gonna be a low scoring game though. I think it's gonna be like
Super Bowl
28-24. Rams 28-24.
That's low scoring for you.
That's high.
I thought 20.
No, that's also
that's
close game.
Okay. So Matt Stafford.
It's going to be a close game.
I don't think so.
I think it's going to be like
I think
it's going to be like
3/4.
It's going to be like 14-14 at halftime, and then things are going to open up towards the end of the game.
That's a high scoring game at half.
No, that's not.
That's 2 touchdowns each. That's 4 touchdowns in the entire game.
Okay, hold on.
Considering how many possessions each team gets in a half,
like 6.
Okay, hold on.
You got them scoring 33% of their possessions.
The over under for the game is 48.5. So that means at halftime the score would have to be 14-10, 24.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So then, what'd you say? 28-24. That's 52 points. So that would hit the over.
That would hit the over.
So yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's a high scoring.
That's a high scoring game.
Anytime you got
the over under
scoring probably like 21 or more is going to be a high scoring game.
High scoring game.
Yeah, the over under is 23.5 at halftime.
Mm-hmm.
So 14-10, that would hit the over.
That would hit the over at halftime.
Touche. So here are the odds on for Super Bowl MVP. Like, obviously the quarterback, he's even money. Matt Stafford.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow.
Bet 100, win 100.
Yeah. Joe Burrow's plus 200. Second. Cooper Kupp plus 450. Aaron Donald plus 800.
Mm-hmm.
And then it really starts like jumping out of the
Jamar Chase.
Jamar Chase is 5th. It's not bad. Plus 1,500. And OBJ plus 2,400.
After that,
interesting one right here. Evan McPherson is at plus 10,000.
Evan McPherson,
the kicker, bro. The kicker and Joe Mixon have the same odds to win the Super Bowl MVP.
Well, dude, the Bengals dumped the run game right away.
True.
McPherson has hit 2 game winners back to back, right? Titans and Chiefs.
Mm-hmm. Titans and Chiefs.
Dude's clutch.
The rookie kicker. If
I see that dude trotting out onto the field to win the game, I'm like, this game's over. And then I'm going to look at the sideline and be like, what did he tell these guys? We're winning the Super Bowl, fellas.
We out of here.
We flicks a cigarette. I got this. Puts the helmet on.
We hitting downtown LA tonight, boys.
Downtown LA? You guys all vaccinated, right?
I'm trying to look at props right now. There's so much that people like.
Cooper Kupp first touchdown.
Well, yeah, you could do that. Or there's like a million ways.
I'm going T. Higgins first touchdown.
First touchdown on the entire game?
I think so.
You think they get up early, huh?
I think so.
Yeah,
I think the Bengals come in hot.
Let's get crazy on this heads or tails on the kick on the coin flip. I got tails.
Tails.
Pat McAfee last year was what he bet like.
He bet like 30 grand, something like that. Yeah, it was a lot of money.
Did it hit?
No.
Damn.
They're like live streaming like the game, like their reaction to the game, and he was just but he ended up making a lot of money back off of the loss.
Yeah, that's true too. All right, let's move on. Let's go ahead. So
we all got the Rams?
we all got the Rams. I think the Rams are going to go pull it off. It'd be nice to see Joe Burrow and the Bengals and an actual fan base win it off. But
my cousin Nick is going to go put all his life savings on the Bengals now
because we pick opposite.
He picks anything that I pick is wrong in his opinion. So he's going Bengals now.
You've been all right last.
I've been okay.
Yeah,
I'm like right around 50-50.
Yeah,
I'd say.
That's not too bad.
He's just a hater. But it is what it is. All my friends are haters.
Yeah, they're all haters.
I'm a hater too.
At least they watch, man.
At least they watch.
Let's go ahead. Let's move on to the Pro Bowl and the audacity that was the shit show. I think I made
touch game.
I made it to. I made it through
touch?
like the first quarter and then I changed it. It was.
I watched like 30 seconds.
Yeah, I was gonna say I watched like 2 plays.
I
And
saw a
was
tackle.
yeah.
I saw a tackle that was like that,
and
I was
you were like,
I'm
nah,
done. I'm done.
Yeah.
Shout out to Micah Parsons though, actually tackling people. I'm for it.
Even the people were getting mad at him. They were like, "Chill, bro, relax,
dude."
He was like, "I'm all in or nothing."
Didn't he say before the game he wanted to be like Sean Taylor? He's like, "I'm going in and I'm
when
gonna lay
Sean
people
Taylor
out."
came downhill on that punter.
Yeah, bro.
Oh man, R.I.P. Sean Taylor. But is there any alternatives that you guys can think of for a Pro Bowl? I mean,
I was gonna say R.I.P. the punter because
that's true too.
Look, I understand the player's perspective 100%.
Why would you want to do that?
It just a lot of these guys are free agents. They can't afford to get hurt,
right?
So I understand. I don't blame them for it. The NFL just needs to come up with something else now.
It never used to be a problem though. Like you seen guys like Sean Taylor back in the day. Deion Sanders was talking about it. How this
but
is
the
a
mentality
joke.
then was different. Dude.
Yeah, because now it's all about I gotta preserve my body.
Yeah,
blah, blah, blah.
that's true too.
Like,
well, now a lot of people chase the money now, dude. Too. There's different types of players. There's players that chase the ring, and there's players that chase the money. And back in the day, there was a lot more players that chased the ring. Okay, they went out there, they suited up to win the Super Bowl.
They also weren't making as much money as those players are making now.
Yeah,
like
so
if you think about
now a lot of people are like, shit, you know what? If I tear my ACL right here, half that contract is gone.
Right. Especially with some of these incentive-heavy contracts that some of these players are getting too. I mean, they have to stay healthy, right? Especially when a lot of them are in contract years too, right? They're trying to earn their contract. So,
but yeah, Michael Parsons going out there like a rookie, dude. He's young. He's he's
young,
inevitable. Like he'll never get hurt. So he's out there trying to lay people out.
That's true.
Sacked Mahomes, and then he laid.
But it's not even watchable at this point. Like,
nah, dude.
I think I watch more of the skills challenge, and I only watched like 5
I think
minutes.
that's more entertaining. That's more entertaining. But I mean, even that was really boring. That was
this one was. I mean, everything about this Las Vegas Pro Bowl was not good.
Even the last.
I was throwing some stuff out there. I was like, what if they do like a players versus fans type thing?
Yeah, okay.
But like on a flat, not full pads. Like,
dude, all of a sudden, the players want to play hella physical.
They say okay. Or I mean, what if they do like a 7-on-7 tournament style?
I honestly thought like at this point you should turn it into like a flag football game. Why are we
go full pads?
Why are we even wearing pads? Make it more fun, enjoyable as a joke. Stop selling out huge ass stadiums.
Right.
But the thing is, people keep paying to go. I went to a Pro Bowl like
your uncle went
6-7 years ago, and I told myself this is a complete.
I have a buddy who went. Yeah.
Like and my uncle went, and I was just like, dude, that's like I guess you go for the experience to go try to get autographs and meet players and like past players and stuff. But like that thing is a complete joke.
I think I understand going to the skills event. There's a lot more fan interaction during the game. It's like what are you going to see? You're going to go see a bunch. It's a theatric show, right?
Yeah.
At this point,
there's not football.
No.
So I dump the game, do the skills
especially
challenge.
when you see like the laterals going around and stuff. Yeah.
You should just extend the skills challenge into eventually playing like a 7-on-7 game or something like that.
But even then, they're gonna be, I'm not gonna blow out my Achilles catching a football.
That's true.
The same thing.
Yeah.
It's gonna be the same thing. Just
get rid of the Pro Bowl altogether.
Well, I mean,
you can do.
You can't because people are still tuning in. It's football. People are still gonna watch it.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. You go just to.
It's too big. It's too big to get rid of it.
Yeah, and I think more than anything, like us, we're older. We're like, oh, that's not football. But probably little kids that want to watch their favorite player will probably tune in to watch it. Put it on Nickelodeon then. Let the kids watch it. because I ain't
Well,
watching
who owns
it.
the
That's
rights
true
to it
too.
right now?
I think it was on so ESPN owns it.
Mhm.
Yeah, okay. Well, they can't put it on Nickelodeon until CBS gets it.
Yeah, true. But I don't know. Make it
Put it
more.
on ABC Family.
I don't know.
Well, Disney, right? ABC is part of Disney.
Make it more kid-friendly for the kids because,
I mean, they could do something like that where, like, if they were to go to Disney World, you know, and then just host it there,
or
then
it
you
used
could
to be in
do.
Orlando. That's where they
Yeah,
do it.
you can do like a meet and greet with the players and stuff. You don't necessarily have to have a game or anything like
That's why
that.
I think you dump the game, and
Yeah.
you do more skills challenge, like a skills week type of thing.
Right?
Well,
get more FaceTime with the fans.
Do the memes that we talked about.
What?
Oh, the two
the-
worst teams, and have them play for the number one pick.
Even
Like a legit game.
Shout out my boy Darcy. Bottom four play.
In the Pan Dulce League
Bottom
or what?
four? No, bottom four. Worst four teams.
Mhm.
The worst two play for the first pick, and then the 3 and 4 play for the third pick in the draft.
So you're the
Mm.
best of the four, but somehow you get the first pick.
No, the worst two teams play for first.
Okay, all right, yeah. So the worst two teams, you're the best of the worst two.
Mhm.
So essentially, if you're the team that loses that game, right, you're the worst team.
Yeah.
But you get fucked. You get the second pick.
Yeah, because now you got to win
All of a
that,
sudden you guys gotta
that
win?
last game.
But I mean, if you think about it, how many first overall picks you see go to an organization and then it's just it ruins their career,
Yeah.
right?
Well,
like
that's
look
what
at
I wanted to bring up.
look
Matt
at-
Stafford and Joe Burrow, I think, are the first two to match up that are actually top overall
that
picks.
first overall picks. That's right.
Because
Mhm.
you never see Tom Brady hogged up all the Super Bowls for like ever.
I watched.
He was,
I
199?
watched a thing yesterday where they were talking about the 2005 draft, where it was Alex Smith and Aaron Rodgers. Remember, like they were the top two quarterbacks, and Alex Smith, he went first overall to San Francisco and San Francisco at that time was a fucking dumpster fire, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Aaron Rodgers was able to go to an organization that had a quarterback already set, but they also had an established culture there, right? So like they put him in the best situation possible to succeed. How do you reverse those roles? Who knows what would have happened, right? Because then you see what Alex Smith was able to do under Jim, and then what he was able to do over in Kansas City, and then of course what happened in Washington.
I still remember that draft. Freaking Miami had the 8th pick, and the Vikings had the 7th pick, or it was like 8-9. I just know they were back to back.
Mhm.
And I was sitting at church listening to it on the radio. I was like,
sitting at church.
yeah, dude, because it was a
Mhm.
Saturday, so
Yeah.
I went to church, and then I was sitting there like, come on, dude, we're going to draft Adrian Peterson. Adrian Peterson.
Wait, you went to church?
Yeah, on Saturdays, my family. And
Yeah.
then so sitting there, Adrian Peterson gets drafted by the Vikings. Damn. And then the Dolphins take Ted Ginn, and I was just like, oh, my God.
You want to know why
Ted
that's so
Ginn.
funny for me is I don't even know who Ted Ginn is.
See? And he actually had like
Ted Ginn
12,
actually had a
13.
long career. I think he played for the
bounced
Niners
around.
for a while. He
Played
played
for
for
the
the
Saints.
Saints. I think he was on the Panthers for a little bit as he was like a deep threat / returner type
Yeah.
guy. Yeah.
He's stretching the field.
Yeah.
But yeah, like to go back to the topic of like bottom 2, bottom 4, and have them play against each other.
Yeah.
Like, and I think that's one thing that's missing from American sports
Mhm.
that I feel like
Relegation?
Yes, American fans are scared of. That they're scared of relegation.
The only
Interesting.
downside is there's nothing to relegate in the NFL. There's no bottom league.
Well, what is it? The
I know,
USFL.
that's the sorry part.
I mean,
you
the-
can work out a deal with the Canadian League.
I mean, it would
True.
be awesome. It would be awesome to see. Maybe it's just like kind of like baseball, where each team kind of has another team in a smaller city.
Mhm.
Well, like where you can start seeing some of these undrafted free agents. They start going to play. They start getting some experience, and if you're good enough, you get called up to the
It's like a farm system.
yeah,
Well, have
exactly. Yeah.
because the NFL is so massive, right? Just have
Mhm.
like an 8-team league, and the winner of that 8-team league gets to replace the worst team. But NFL, like American
Maybe-
sports, can't handle that.
Maybe that's what they
No.
should do.
They can't handle that.
Inside the Pro Bowl, that game.
With what, like losing?
Instead, in the relegation, it's a playoff game. So the winner of that 8-team
Oh, they're-
Well, isn't that
plays-
essentially what you just said? Isn't that essentially kind of like what the NFL and AFL were?
yeah,
before
back in
the
day,
merger?
before they came together.
Because it was the NFL and then the AFL was underneath, and that's where we got the Super Bowl, right? Because like it was the winner of that game plus the winner of this game, or of this league.
It all ties in together what we talked about Flores because so we talk about relegation, right?
Mhm.
And then you talk about Flores with getting bribed to lose games, right? Well, then it takes it out of the equation now.
It doesn't. You don't have that incentive to be shit.
Because
pretty
there's
much.
clearly teams every year that check out after about halfway through the season. They're like, yeah, we're not going to win this year.
Watch-
So
They get to about like week 7 and they're
Watch
like, okay,
the NFL
yeah.
do what the MLB just announced today. Did you see what they
what do they do? Please fill me in.
God, dude.
Because the MLB is not even having a season as far as I know right now.
Yeah.
Right.
So the commissioner announced today, one, that they're getting rid of DHs everywhere.
Mhm.
Okay.
Everywhere.
Not
it's
that
about
big.
time.
Not that big of a deal. But they're going to do a lottery for the bottom 15 teams like the NBA.
Like the NBA.
And
Good.
this is their idea to end tanking, which I think is bullshit. It's just going to add more teams that tank.
Now instead of 2 or 3,
Yeah,
you get more
8 or 9.
picks. Yeah.
Exactly. You're going to have the bottom guys, they start tanking faster. Because they want to potentially try and get that number 1 pick. So you're saying I could be the bottom 15 and still somehow get the number 1 pick? It just adds to tanking.
I just really enjoy what
What if? I mean, I think it
Europe does with the relegation.
Well, that's what I was going to go into. Was like it's kind of like
beautiful.
Because you don't want to suck. You don't want to lose because
Dude,
like
the first place teams are fighting for something, and the last place teams are fighting for something.
What is it in the English Premier League? It's bottom 3, right?
Bottom 3 get
Bottom 3.
relegated. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. See,
Mm-hmm.
can you imagine if the bottom 3 teams in the NFL were to get kicked out? People would
Jags
lose their
would never
mind.
be in the NFL.
But I mean that to that point, like you can also do like this whole revamp system too, where you can even get rid of the draft and then just allow these players coming out of college to pick the team where they want to go to, right? Because I mean you can
So
still
essentially become free agents.
Essentially become free agents, but you still keep the salary cap rule, so one team doesn't necessarily dominate all the time. Right, and then you can also add maybe the bottom 3 team are out. So I mean, there's things that they can do. Which I mean, but you also kind of look at European soccer and like you see the same teams also dominating over and over and over again.
True.
So at least
So
there's fresh blood in there.
But like I just like when I like I don't follow like English Premier League soccer that much. But when like I know there's like a team that's like about to get relegated, like I'll tune in. I'm like, oh, they don't.
and
then
then
Dude,
they play their
they
asses
play
off, and then you
hard,
see the
bro.
fan bases like
because they're on edge.
It is like
Like-
they're competing for first
But like,
place.
but like in England, it's also different because I was comparing it to one of my friends. It was like, imagine if California was its own country, and we had our own soccer league, and then the town that you grew up with or you grew up in has its own soccer team. Like you would be die hard, ride and die with that, right? The NFL, it's different, right? Because it's the U.S. is such a huge country. It's like it's so spread apart and stuff. It's just I don't think we're gonna get that same amount of passion in the NFL.
Well, then what if like if we're on the suggestion thing, what if like if you finish dead last, like you're not secured the number 1 pick, like you got like a 50% chance, like you're gonna get thrown around in like the lottery,
Like
right?
the lottery.
Or you automatically like if you finish last, no, you're gonna get 3rd pick.
I say get
Because
rid.
you're technically losing on
I
purpose.
say get rid of the draft altogether,
and just let them pick.
and then just let these guys coming out of college pick, and then change the eligibility rules for college players instead of
But
the
then
3 years.
how do you regulate? What if all the guys want to go to
yeah,
one team?
they're all gonna go follow Tom Brady, or they're all gonna sign with Patrick Mahomes, and
Or you regulate and be like, sorry.
But you also
it's
keep
that is almost like what FIFA does, except FIFA doesn't have a salary cap.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You keep the salary cap because then what if you get what if you get a player like for example like Josh Allen who gets an enormous contract and now you're not able to sign any more of these big time free agents because if you're a top tier college athlete, right? You're coming out, say, predicted to go really high, right? You're going to get a better agent, right? You're going to get somebody who's going to negotiate you a higher salary. So you're not going to be able to ask right away for...
Yeah, but who wants to win? They all want to win.
So basically,
they're gonna take the pay cut.
It's gonna be like these kids that come out of high school and they're just picking between the hats. Like, I'm gonna go here.
I choose Tom Brady's team.
I'm gonna go to Bama or I'm gonna go to Georgia. And that's what I'm going
But
to.
they could also maybe add. I mean, it's not just going to be like, okay, pick up whoever you want. You also still limited to a roster spot, right? To a 53-man roster.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're still able to make cuts. You know, save. So you sign a young kid who comes in, doesn't work out. Okay, you cut him, go play for somebody else.
That really hurts the vets. Like because I mean, if you're let's just say you're the Chiefs, right? You got a vet, a lineman that's okay. He's not doing great, but he's not doing bad. Why continue to pay him? Just go get the next best thing out of college. But you can't do that now because it brings more business and strategy involved because you don't necessarily gonna get the best pick. You can't go just buy the best lineman.
Well, the Rams believe in that, so
and then it's working.
The Rams are just
and it's working. The Bucks did the same thing last year.
We're talking about rookies, right? We're not talking about like
no, but agents. I mean, you still
they're buying. They're literally like just giving away their picks just to buy players.
But just if you think about it right now, these rookies are getting basic contracts, right? They're getting their basic 4-year contracts. Depending on how high they were picked, they get this certain salary, right? Mm-hmm. You take that away, right? Because you're giving them an actual contract. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like it's either like a 2-year, 3-year prove it deal. We're going to pay you this much, and there's other ways around this.
I don't think that they would get away with that though.
Why not?
Because I think that the teams. I think that the good players are going to want to go to the good teams. You're not going to get a good player that wants to go to Jacksonville just because they're going to be paying me more.
Damn, lay out the Jacksonville.
Okay.
Sorry,
okay. All right. You're not going to get a good team that wants to go to Miami because they're going to pay me more.
I knew that was coming. Set myself up.
Or the Jets. They're going to go to a team that's going to win, right? And you're going to take the pay cut.
Yeah, but not everybody's going to be able to go to the team that wins.
You think you restrict the amount of guys you can sign per class?
Yeah, exactly. You could only sign like 5-6 guys. Yeah, or 10 guys.
Yeah, 6 guys, right? And then 4 guys of the practice squad. That's it.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's not like because every year you can do a complete new rehaul and just sign 53 new players every single year, right? That are coming out of college. So
I think making all rookies free agents, that's tough. I don't think it. I think the object is to make the bad teams good. Right? I don't think it does.
No, I don't think so because I think it's going to open up. I think the difference that we have with the NFL and soccer is because of the salary cap, right? You got to stay under the salary cap, and like you said, you add the number of a restriction to the number of picks that they're able to pick up or the level of rookies that they're able to pick up, right? It's not like you can just completely sign every single superstar that's out there. You got to be limited. Or maybe they say something, okay, well, you could only sign a certain amount of players from this conference, right? So the max you get from the SEC is 3.
Oh, okay.
Or the max you get from the Pac-12 is
So Belichick
3.
Gets the best 3 from the SEC, the Pac-12, the Big Ten. Next thing you know, he just signed 9 guys.
But then you see, you see a lot of these superstars are coming out from other leagues too. Right?
Yeah, you got.
Aaron Donald came out of the ACC.
Darius Leonard went to South Carolina State.
I feel
bro.
I feel like that
players because the line starts to run out here.
I feel like
Next thing you're gonna tell me Carson Wentz from North Dakota.
North Dakota.
Yeah.
I feel like you open things up for teams, because an organization's going to be if they're getting the first overall pick, it's probably because they were pretty shitty the year before, And look at someone like Detroit and how Matthew Stafford's career went there, how Trevor Lawrence is going there, Alex Smith with the Niners. You can go on and on and on.
The objective is to make the bad teams good, right?
What if you take away like a home game from the worst team? Like, sorry,
that's interesting.
You're not gonna host 8 games this year. You're not gonna host 9 games. You're gonna host 7, and you're losing all that revenue.
Yeah, but then eventually you're gonna get a team like you're just like you're playing all your games on the fucking road.
No, but it's only once per year.
Once per year,
because not every team's gonna finish last every single year.
Yeah,
like Jacksonville's not gonna play 17 road games.
No,
but it's just.
But it feels like it. No one goes there.
But even the Jags, for example, is like or even the Jags and the Jets, who both number 1, number 2 the year before, and now again we get that number 1, number 2, right? Like it's just
Lions are 2 this year.
the Lions are 2,
Yeah.
but I mean they're up there, right?
Yeah,
They're still up there. Like how many years are we gonna reward them? Okay, you get the best player coming out of college for being shitty, and how long is this gonna go for?
I don't know.
And then we see a bunch of these awesome players that could have played really well with other good teams, but then we watch them play really well with really shitty teams.
It's tough. It's a what do they call it? It's a rabbit hole that you're going down because there's so many different ways that you can like.
It's just
All I'm saying is if you did it, rookies as free agents, I don't think the worst team is going to appeal quality rookies.
But it gives you
It's the only way to motivate teams from not being bad.
Yeah, I get that too.
Or
I understand
taking
that.
something away. Like you said, a home game.
Mm-hmm.
I think the objective is across all sports.
Punish the bad teams. Find a way to punish the bad teams.
So
so
they
it
stop
doesn't
being
happen.
bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because that's what we want, right? We always want to see good games.
Yeah.
No one wants
Mm-hmm.
to watch lopsided teams lose all the time.
Right. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I get what you're saying. Let's punish the bad teams. But the thing is this, it's not necessarily that they're always going to pick the top player in every single draft, right? But I think it gives a better opportunity for these lower level teams to get better versus just having to wait for the guy that we want to fall to us versus them just going out recruiting. And maybe it incentivizes them to win because if you win, okay, then more guys are going to come play for your team, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it rewards you if you do better, and then it punishes you if you get worse. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know.
We just know relegation is not going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
It'll never happen in American sports.
No, not a chance.
Heaven forbid.
And I think also too, the draft is just way too big to get rid of.
Yeah,
it's kind of like the Pro Bowl. It's become its own entity. Like it's just
people will watch.
People are going to watch
it.
Yeah, exactly. We could get caught watching even if we just put it on the background where we're on our phones.
I probably watch the draft more than I do the Pro Bowl. I'll say that because I want to know
for sure.
where
Me too.
guys
Yeah,
are going to play.
Yeah.
Because then you're like, oh, that's going to be good for this guy, or I want to see how this is going to work. As to where the Pro Bowl, you're like, oh, this is just tag.
But I think you kind of a lot of the older guys who make the big time decisions are going to be like, nah, we're not doing that shit, right? And then there's a whole nother thing I want to get into with the owners and stuff and how I think that system needs to change too. Because, I mean, also, too, you kind of make the connections of like, okay, like why are these teams so bad? You look at the front office, right? You look at these owners, and then they're the ones making the final decisions.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like, and then it goes back to the Brian Flores things about like, well, why aren't African-American coaches getting hired? Well, because the owners are making the final decision.
Yeah, they call the shots.
They call the shots. It's not necessarily that the NFL itself is, actively not trying to hire African-American coaches. It's just the owners suck.
Mm-hmm.
They're just shitty people. Right?
True. And that's why you see all these allegations come out against different kinds of owners.
Yeah, exactly. And then even the new Dan Snyder stuff where all this stuff was coming out and then Dan Snyder comes out, okay, we'll launch an internal investigation and we'll report all our findings.
I thought that was like
and it's just what the fuck?
I thought it was kind of like hypocrisy. Like now you're going to do your own internal like investigation when you could have done that like a year and a half ago, 2 years, or whenever this happened.
This is like a common theme amongst people that have a lot of money.
Yeah.
But it's like there's always shitty news following them.
We'll figure it out.
We'll take it off your hands.
We'll come back to you guys. And
we'll self-report. Yeah,
right?
Okay.
And I think what Brian Flores did, I think it was bigger than just the racial stuff, but it's just you start to peel back the layers of all these owners and you start seeing you start kind of peeking behind the curtain and see what's going on.
Yeah, there's a lot more that we don't know.
Right.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
And maybe Brian Flores doing what he did is going to open up a can of worms.
Right.
Well, I think it already has.
Yeah.
With that, I think just with the tanking stuff and then the Dan Snyder stuff, I think that's going to open up more things and bring a lot more things to light that we don't know about. And maybe that leads to a revamp of the NFL. Makes it better for us common folk, right?
Clean it up.
Right. We won't get fucking $8,000 tickets for a Super Bowl.
I don't think that's gonna change though.
You don't think that's still gonna be?
Super Bowl.
I wonder what the prices were last year in Tampa.
Well, last year I think it was more inflated because it was only like
it was half capacity, right? It was
half.
like 75%.
Remember they had the cardboard cutouts.
Okay, so what was I would have to look up, see what the 2019 prices were.
Yeah,
Because I think
the Miami Super Bowl, right?
I think this is just because it's L.
Oh, don't bring
LA.
that up. This guy's gonna get sad.
No. Anyway,
I'm over it.
Oh, okay.
Before we jump to topics again, they're handing out all the NFL awards right now.
Oh, that's right.
All right.
Did I win?
No.
Oh.
As we all suspected, T.J. Watt, Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, he earned it. He had an awesome year.
Jamar Chase, Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Micah Parsons, Defensive Rookie of the Year.
We knew that one.
Joe Burrow beat Dak Prescott by like 2 votes in
Comeback Player of the
Year.
Well, yeah, he made it to a Super Bowl.
And that's all that they've released so far.
Oh, okay. So, I mean, we'll touch back onto that next week. Let's go ahead. Let's finish up with the Alvin Kamara stuff because, I mean, we can go on and on about NFL owners. What you got for us, Drew?
Okay, so the night before the Pro Bowl, Alvin Kamara goes out to Drea's nightclub. And I guess,
was that the one we were trying to get into?
No. I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway.
Oh, come on, man. You remember. No. I'm kidding. Go ahead.
Anyway, I guess the story comes out that he's coming down in an elevator or something like that. And this guy's trying to get in the same elevator as Kamara.
Yeah.
And Kamara just like puts his hand out on the guy like, hey, dude, like you're not coming in. And the dude like pushes him off or pushes it away or whatever. And then the guy's like, and I guess security footage camera like proves it, like Kamara and like 2 other guys or 3 other guys just start kicking this dude's ass for like putting hands on Kamara.
His entourage.
And yeah. And then I guess there's reports that the dude gets knocked out. Not an uncommon theme in fights, but they don't stop. The dude is like passed out on the floor and they keep going to town, beating him up, kicking him, punching him, stuff like that. And then at the hospital, the doctors determined that this guy has a fracture in his lower eye socket. And the doctor's like, if it's fractured, there's a good chance that he might not get to use this eye anymore because apparently this eye, like this part of your eye socket holds your eye in place. And they're saying that if it's not functionable, then he could potentially have double vision or a lazy eye the rest of his life. So it's not looking good for him. I guess what they're talking about that's really fucked up is the fact that he did this and then went and suited up the next day. Like there was nothing wrong.
Yeah, because it was the night before the Pro Bowl, right?
Yeah, and he played. And
he said that was the only contact throughout the Pro Bowl weekend, so bad on Alvin Kamara.
You're going to hell, dude.
Well, I feel bad for the guy, but like,
yeah.
So yeah,
why is Kamara got to do that?
It's like Sean Taylor did show up then. He was just in the elevator.
He was just in the elevator at the club.
Go ahead.
But yeah, so I think you guys saw the reports. They arrested him like right after the game.
Yeah.
But then his bail was $5,000. It's like that dude had to have had that in his pockets. Like what?
Yeah.
So then they released him, and then they set a court date. It was like for like right away, and then they appealed the court date, and I guess he has to go back in March. So we'll see. A lot of people are saying that he's going to face some jail time for this.
It looks like it, because they have it on video, right? Like
Yeah,
I think they have it.
security-
It's just like you
security
can't hide
camera.
it anymore.
I don't think that they've released the video. I tried looking for it earlier. I
couldn't
couldn't
find it
find
either.
anything.
It'll be out soon,
But, yeah.
probably.
TMZ will put it out.
I think, kicking a dude's ass is a common theme. Like, you just kind of pay the dude off because you're rich, not a big deal. But you fucked him up, and then you fucked him up after, like, he was unconscious. Like, the dude can't defend himself.
Which is just either way. Like now we get into this whole argument too, where like you said earlier, where like this is the first full year that Vegas has a team.
Yeah, and I think that's something I talked about when they moved to Vegas. I'm like, look, players have a hard time when they go to LA and New York of staying out of trouble. Now you're going to go to Vegas. This is their first full season with fans and Vegas being fully open. And this is the third person this season to get in trouble in Vegas. 2 Raiders and now Kamara.
During the Pro Bowl.
It's not a good thing for the NFL, really. I think each team needs to take the initiative and hire some people to watch your boys when they go out in Vegas.
Babysitter.
Yeah. I mean, what else do you do? I mean, you can't keep them in, right? They're going to go out.
Yeah.
And if you tell them not to go out, they're just going to sneak out. Just send someone with them to keep them under wraps, dude. Or cough up some money and buy out the club and, have a bunch of people in the club with them. And I don't know. It's not a good situation when teams go to Vegas.
But it's really shitty because we've been around football all our lives too, and how many situations have we been where it's just like,
just walk away.
Yeah, just walk away, right? Because you're a football player, especially around the country. You're gonna put a target on your back almost, right?
People know who you are.
Exactly, and that guy probably knew who Alvin Kamara was, and so the guy's gonna poke at you. He's gonna instigate, but it's also you got to make smart decisions, right? I don't care how much you've been drinking or how much our boys have been drinking. Like,
a lot of people are blaming his boys. Like,
and then it's just like your boys, like, hey, dude, like, chill out, like
you guys gotta know that Alvin Kamara should not be doing that shit,
right?
It doesn't matter what happens,
and that's another thing too. I think
separate him from the situation,
right? And that's another thing too. Is like I think I saw the football life of Michael Vick. Right, and how he had pulled himself out of this community, but then a lot of his old boys were bringing him back, and then setting up the whole dogfighting thing. Yeah. It's just like, dude, eventually you got to learn to put better people around you, right?
Well, that's the majority of it. If you keep hanging around the same people that get you into trouble,
you're gonna get it. It's gonna come find you, right?
Yeah.
And it just Alvin Kamara. And there's plenty of players just like that. It was just like, you got to put smarter people around you or better people around you. People who are going to look after your best interests. Like, do you have a career? You're a superstar running back. And then you're essentially the best player of your team right now. Mm-hmm. And you're going to go out and do that shit?
Dang, imagine being the new head coach of the Saints.
Dennis Allen.
Yeah.
So you still don't know who's going to be your quarterback. Now you just lost your best player.
Your best running back. So it's just, be smarter, dude. Make smart choices.
Got away with one there.
He saw the writing on the wall, dude, and he's just, I'm out.
My guys are going to Vegas. I'm done.
Kamara, running back, all-purpose, and UFC fighter to his resume.
Hey, that longest yard team is getting better and better.
I remember that
each week, bro.
They just keep adding.
They just keep adding five-star players, man.
Damn, the guards better watch out, man.
This is way better than
yeah. What is like the blood's gonna flow like the ancient gods of Babylon. Okay, weirdo.
Oh man, yeah, it's just bad, man. It's I mean, yeah, you blame Alvin, but at the same time, what are those dudes doing? Yeah. You got to put your boy off that.
Yeah, be smarter.
Not contribute.
Yeah,
especially if you're a celebrity.
Yeah, exactly, and especially in a city like Vegas. There was always something going on, right?
I mean, there's 3 this
24/7.
I mean, who knows how many they're going to be next year?
Yeah,
if the NFL teams don't take the initiative to prevent this from happening, something's going to happen.
I think the away teams do, though. I think the away teams, that's why they fly in like that. I think the night before,
and then fly out right after.
Yeah, and they just keep them in the hotel. They're not even doing.
Don't visit your girlfriends, dude. You go home back to your wives.
You're staying here.
All right, let's go ahead. Let's end it on that one. Yeah, that's about it, right? I think we covered kind of everything we wanted to cover. Again, guys, thank you guys for joining us this week. Next week, we got some special surprises set up for you guys. So go ahead and tune in next week if you're watching this on YouTube. What?
No. When you said surprises, I instantly thought of It's My Dick in a Box from SNL with Justin McCartney.
God damn it, True. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Thank you guys for joining us. We'll see you guys all next week. Thanks, guys.
Peace.
Bye.